Hello, all my beautiful souls, and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the beautiful sign of Leo for February 2022. I hope all my Leos out there are doing well. As you know, dear Leo, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I have already meditated on the cards. I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Leo. For some reason, there's a really strong vibration that is coming from this spread, dear Leo, that you're going to have a really wonderful Valentine's Day. All of you are in different circumstances, but this particular Valentine's Day is going to be a very memorable day for you. And it's just coming really strongly through this spread, so I wanted to let you know that as well. But if we start from the beginning, in the past position, we do have the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Four of Wands. In the challenging position, we have the Five of Cups, clarified by the Six of Cups. In the present position, we have the Seven of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Swords. And in the future outcome position, we do have the Two of Cups, clarified by the Eight of Swords. And in the bottom of the deck, we do have the Eight of Pentacles, which tells me that you are going to be spending the month of February working hard, being concentrated, staying committed to the task at hand. There is something that you want to create for yourself, and you will be very focused on what you're trying to achieve. And I think you'll be pleased with yourself, especially when the end of April comes around. I think that's the first time you're going to feel your achievement really kind of blossoming and taking off. But let's start from the beginning. In the past position, we do have the Ten of Cups, clarified by the Four of Wands. This combination is very strong. It's really powerful. And it tells me a lot, because it tells me that in the past, there was a time period where you had no conflict in your life. Because the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands is a combination that talks about a really wonderful, happy time. It could be related to your family, it could be related to your friends, but in the past you felt really kind of confident. You felt like you had faith in the world in general, in the way things basically work, and you were optimistic, you were looking forward to things, you had your wishes coming true, you had support from the people, the group of people that means a lot to you, whether it's family or friends or co-workers. You really felt like you were well surrounded, and you felt grateful for all the blessings in your life, for the good fortune that was in your life. You felt aligned, where manifesting was really easy. You felt that alignment between your spirit, your heart, and your mind, which is very difficult to do, but everything kind of was really harmonious and very well balanced. This is definitely a combination that Divine is saying you can repeat this, you can have this again, because it is meant for you, dear Leo. You are someone that other people think about, care about, want to see do really well. So it's definitely important to be aware of, but this is a really strong combination. Now, in the challenging position, we do have the Five of Cups and the Six of Cups, which tells me that the emotions in the month of February are going to be out of balance for you. You may feel in the month of February like one moment things are going well and great and amazing and you're on top of the world, and then at the kind of next moment you could be feeling like you're reminiscing about something that upset you, and feeling down and feeling a little bit unhappy about something. The Five of Cups is a card of loss. It's a well-known card of loss, but when it appears in the challenging position, it actually kind of the negative aspects of the card are minimized and the positive aspects are kind of increased. But the Five of Cups tells me that you are coming to acceptance of the things that maybe are difficult to accept, maybe some disappointment that you had with a friend or a relative, especially someone from childhood that you've known, or someone that you have known a long time, not necessarily for some of you from childhood, but definitely you are kind of learning to accept, you're coming to accept the disappointment, and that is minimizing your resistance, because when you don't accept things, when you don't forgive things, you don't heal, right? And you have that resistance against the universe, and so it's a push and pull, and things don't move forward. But when you start to accept things, you have that resistance lowered, and when it is lowered, you are able to manifest wonderful things. Remember that whether you're happy or sad, that is a reaction. That is a choice. That is what you're choosing to do. Emotions generally are reactions to whatever may be going around us. So it is important to remember that maintaining positive energy, positive frequency, high frequency is very important, because it adds up over time. Everything helps. Every little bit helps when you are able to stay in that kind of at least neutral way of thinking, where you are not spending time in low vibrational energy. But definitely with the Six of Cups, there's something that is coming from the past. There's something that in the past that hasn't been resolved, that keeps kind of bubbling up to the surface. And it is important to do some shadow work, dear Leo, in the month of February, where you may want to address some things from the past, some difficult emotions. The shadow work is not as difficult as you may think at first. After you do it a few times, it's actually pretty easy, and the shadow doesn't have to be a scary monster. Sometimes the shadow actually helps us excel. Sometimes the shadow actually helps us progress towards our goals and dreams, because sometimes shadow has qualities that are needed at that particular moment in order to push us forward. So try and kind of see potential in whatever you have at your disposal, so that you can move forward and achieve your goals and dreams. But definitely with the Six of Cups, you may be feeling like you're missing something from the past, that it's affecting your life, because you don't have that. You definitely want to make sure to work through that. Now in the present position, we do have the Seven of Swords with the Queen of Swords. Very interesting combination, because it looks to me that in the month of February, actually, you're going to be getting some revenge on someone. You're definitely getting away with something. There's something that you're doing that's kind of can be interpreted as sneaky, can be interpreted as not super honest, for sure. There's a saying that says sometimes when you don't cheat, you don't try. Sometimes and we all want to live in a world where everyone speaks the truth, where everyone promises and does what they promise. But as you know, sometimes people have bad reactions, and sometimes being very honest is actually detrimental. So I don't judge anyone who is doing some sneaky behavior, because it's up to every individual situation. But you're receiving help with the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is all about someone in your life who's very kind of smart and professional and very intelligent, very logical, and she is going to be bringing clarity. Remember that in tarot, energy is interchangeable, so the Queen of Swords can actually represent a man as well. But you are moving forward, you're gaining advantage, whether it is in your personal life or in your career life. Definitely you are able to kind of push yourself to a higher level. Now, some would argue it's it's not the most honest way of going about doing things, but sometimes you don't really have a choice. So it is important to be aware of that in the month of February. Now, in the future outcome position, you have the Two of Cups clarified with the Eight of Swords, and that can seem a bit of a not such a great combination, because the Two of Cups is all about love and union and connection and feeling, that emotional support, feeling like your love is reciprocated and you are reciprocating the love that the other person is giving you. And remember, the Two of Cups doesn't necessarily have to be, love oriented. It can be two friends, it could be two business partners. The Two of Cups is very much about a partnership. But for some of you, it is about a love relationship. With the Eight of Swords, there is a little bit of difficulties, that you may feel towards the end of February. It looks like there may be some problems with communication. You may not be seeing eye to eye to a particular issue. Could be raising children. The way you want to do it is different from the way your partner wants to do it. Could be maybe you're trying to make a purchase and your partner is like, well, I don't want to purchase that, or I don't want to spend that much money. Whatever that breakdown in communication is, there are many different things you can kind of bring about the same. There are many different ways that you and your partner can figure out how to agree. It takes some creativity and it takes some imagination. Perhaps if you have a specific example, and you write it down in comments, I will be able to respond to that. But definitely the Eight of Swords can also be about having to make a decision and being afraid that your partner is not going to support that decision. Again, that is on an individual basis. So if you let me know what particular situation there is, I could provide you with some creative solutions, if you will. You are not as stuck in this partnership as you believe. There are solutions that you can exercise in order to kind of move this relationship where you would like to see it. But let's see what we can clarify with the two energy oracle cards. And we have Door to Romance and The Thinking Man. So with the Door to Romance, things are actually not as bad as you may feel. With this combination, the divine here is saying that you are on the right track when it comes to your union, your partnership. Sometimes, breaking down in communication can actually be useful, because it can, working through a problem can bring you closer with the person that you love, and they will feel closer to you as well. Whether you're looking for a new relationship or just more love in the relationship that you're in, this door with a heart opens onto a new beginning in your experience. New love may be arriving, and you are being brought together by a strong resonant connection. If you are already in a relationship, this is just going to fortify your relationship and make it better. It will help you discover new angles about your relationship. This may be a call from a past life, or it may be a new tenderness about to bloom into a heartfelt affection. This relationship already exists in energetic potential. So when this card appears in your spread, make sure you are projecting the kind of self-loving energy that you want to receive from others. So basically, try and teach people how you want to be treated. Try and show to people what you expect from love, which again can be difficult to do. So generally it takes a little bit of time. Be aware that the universe returns your self-caring treatment to you. It's ready to open that door. Are you? And the affirmation for this card is, as I open the door to my own self-love, I attract more and more love, tenderness to me. And of course, the Thinking Man is all about male of wisdom or understanding. This card shows a man standing before an archway, gazing at a crystal in his hand. He is a thoughtful and reflective man, representing the potential presence of a teacher in your life now or about to arrive soon. This person may be there to educate you in the finer details of your chosen direction, or may be there to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuits. remember that education does not stop when you go to school. It does not stop when you go to college. Education, very much like healing, very much like evolution, very much like progress, all those things, they continue. So, you have to sometimes take a course to find out something new, to learn something new. It's good for your brain. It's good for your overall just stimulation, for your creativity. So remember that, it's important to kind of continue to educate yourself. And that is what the thinking man here is bringing to you. The card is telling you to pay attention, for this could lead to a great strides in personal or professional growth. This man may also be a love interest coming your way, or perhaps just a new male friend. But be on the lookout for this guide in the physical world and be open to his information. Learn what you can. A new discipline, technique, course of study, or healing practice could change your life forever. Let's see what we can clarify with the Shaman's Dream Oracle cards. So we've got Covenant, Sacred Contract. Wow. And then we have Many Masks, the Authentic Self. I've never received this card, the Many Masks. So let's start with that, because I'm just really interested to find out. And it says, the authentic self, energizing internal allies, a conscious shift. We live in a world where everyone we see wears a mask. We wear these masks to cover up and protect who we really are. We learn to do so because we've been conditioned to try and appear a certain way to fit into society. Masks allow us to belong, so we remain within the confines of what is expected. Masks are not inherently bad. Rather, they provide context and structure for our personalities and soul's expression. Some of us might believe that a particular mask fixed and hardened onto us is our permanent face. We forget that we are living beings with a multitude of faces, enabling us to experience a fuller, more vibrant world. Your authentic essence doesn't want to be constrained by others' expectations anymore. Now is the time to strip away the mask you've accepted and discover who you truly are. A new self is emerging, and your perception changes as you adopt new ways of being. Right now, it's really important to allow yourself to experiment, to experience the world in all its myriad potentials and possibilities. Try on different masks and let yourself be fluid and curious. How will you know what you love and what you resonate with if you don't take off the mask you've always worn and test drive some new ones? Your authentic essence will never change. It will only express itself differently through these optional selves. Through trial and error, you discover more and more about who you want to become. What would it feel like to explore this side of you? Anything is possible if you're willing to open up to your potential. You truly can move beyond the barriers that society has. Use your imagination and step into the magic. Really a wonderful message, I think, and very important as well. And of course, the covenant is all about commitment, sacred contract, and the greater good. You are being invited now by the universe to enter into a sacred contract. The covenant card may also be a call to recognize that an ancient agreement you made with spirit needs to be renewed or canceled and torn up. Is an opportunity showing up right now that is full of promise, but you're unable to sign and seal the deal and commit to it? The reason is that it needs to be elevated to a sacred covenant. Covenant must be founded on the truth. Now, not your truth or his truth or her truth, but a greater truth that takes the destiny of all into account. The covenant is not about your agenda only. Spirit must be invited to come to the table as guarantor of the good faith of all, and to ensure that the direction you are embarking in will be for the greater good. It's important that you understand what you are signing up for. Be sure to read the fine print so as not to commit or something to something you will soon regret or that will compromise your integrity. Do not hesitate to put all your own cards on the table so that your motives and desires are transparent and nothing is left in darkness. When shadow elements remain hidden, the covenant breaks down and becomes a contract with an unspoken dark side that is inevitably fulfilled. Very, very interesting, dear Leo. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Please don't forget to visit me on Instagram, and I will see you next time.